Yes then YouTube, we are back with a brand new set of updated custom tactics for you on a formation that I have absolutely loved experimenting with over the last few days. But before we get into that, smash this video a like for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can please, like I say in every video, hit that subscribe button to my channel as well. That would mean the world to me. So without any further ado, let's get into the custom tactics. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FC26 coins, please go and check out mmoexp.com. Remember to use the code WOLF at the checkout for a new massive 8% off your order. Link is below. Go now. Now, it is the formation you are looking at right on your screen right here. Yes, it is the 4-2-2-2. And I have to admit, like I did say in the little intro there, I've had an absolute whale of a time over the last few days experimenting with this formation and these custom tactics. It's actually brought back, dare I even say it, a little bit of enjoyment in FC26 for me. And also, by the way, before we do get into this custom tactics, let me know in the comment section down below. I do want to hear your opinions on it. What are your current thoughts of the game at this moment in time? Are you enjoying it? Are you hating it? Are you really struggling with it? Is the AI too overpowered? Are you needing help with defense and all of that? Because I feel like, in my personal opinion, before we get into the custom tactics, the game is in a very rough spot at this moment in time. It is begging out and crying out for a patch at this moment in time. But I'm a little bit worried to ask that, because every single patch, in my opinion, that we've had on FC26 so far has made the game progressively worse. So I do just want to hear your opinions on that before we get into the custom tactics. And remember, with custom tactics in FC26, exactly the same as FC25, we do have a code system implemented in there now. So you can just copy the code, which will be the top pinned comment down below in the comment section, or it will be in the last 15, 20, 30 seconds of this video. And you will get these custom tactics right there without you having to manually change everything. Like, for example, going in there and doing a brand new set of custom tactics. You can just type in the code and these custom tactics will be right there for you to use, which I actually think, I do slate EA quite a bit, if any of you have watched my streams and stuff like that. But we do also need to give them credit sometimes where it is due. And I think the code system with custom tactics is one of them things. Now, custom on the tactical preset, of course. I don't know why you would want to use anything different. Like, I really don't. Custom on the tactical preset is the best thing to use by an absolute country mile. FC preset, do not use it. Basically, if any of you don't know what that is, it will copy your manager's custom tactics. And most people, like myself, on Ultimate Team, we only use managers to get the most chemistry in our team. We don't use a manager because, for example, I'm a Villa fan. I don't use Unai Emery because I love Unai Emery. No, I use the manager which gives me the most and the best amount of chemistry that we can get in our team. The formation, of course, like I did say at the start, is the 4-2-2-2. And one thing I will say, the key thing that I think we need to do with this formation is try, well, in terms of when we are using this formation with the custom tactics that I'm using, is to try and close off that gap as much as we can between the two CDMs and the two strikers. If we don't close that gap off, we're going to be in for a real tough time with this formation, because we basically have a front four and a midfield two, so it's very disconnected at times. So you will see certain stuff that I do which really does help with that in terms of trying to close that gap off. As we move on into the build-up style, though, like I say in every single video at the minute, any of these three, whether it be short passing, balanced, or counter, they are all absolutely amazing. It is down to your personal preference of how you play the game to the one that you should be using. For example, if you are a very aggressive, direct attacking player, counter is probably the one that you should use, but be wary, your player's stamina will get drained. If you like a more slower, methodical, possession-based build, if you like to keep the ball, tiki-taka, Pep Guardiola, all of that stuff, short passing is good and a viable option. If you are like me, though, and this is what I use, which is balanced, you want that happy medium G-spot in the middle between a short passing and a counter. So we can go forward very quickly if we want to and play direct with, like, we can do that. But also we can play it a little bit slower and a little bit more methodical as well. So that's why I use counter. It's absolutely, balanced, sorry. Absolutely perfect. I did use counter a lot, mainly last year and at the start of this year. But like I did give you a little warning there, I noticed my player's stamina was getting drained very quickly, which is then why I've gone to balanced. As we then move on into the defensive approach, yes, I use 61. And to break that down for you, when you lower it down to 60, we are still on a balanced defensive approach. But if we up it by 1 up to 61. You see there we are now in that high defensive approach, which I really like. So we are aggressive with our squeeze and our press, but we're not completely YOLO. Hence why that 61 line height is absolutely perfect and absolutely ideal in my perfect opinion. Now, as we move on into the player roles, the key thing here, like I did say when I was talking about the 4-2-2 earlier, I want to close this gap up. I want to close this gap between our two CDMs and our two strikers, because we can have a real disconnect and there will just be a massive gap in the middle of the pitch if we don't do that. Now, I use my left-sided striker to combat this on false 9 and build-up. Yes, false 9 and build-up on the left-sided striker. And then the right-sided striker is on the bread and butter, advance forward and attack. The best role on any striker without a shadow of a doubt. But it doesn't matter if you want your right-sided striker on false 9 and your left-sided striker on advance forward. Just as long as you probably have, it really will help you out with the build-up and the passing in the 4-2-2. As long as you have one of your strikers on false 9 and then the other one on advance forward and attack, you will be absolutely fine. Now, both the left-sided cam and the right-sided cam, this is where you can use a little bit of your own initiative of what you want. I actually use double playmaker and build up on the focus. Yes, double playmaker and build up on the focus in the 4-2-2. Yes, so double playmaker and build up. Again, basically trying to really close off that gap in between our two CDMs and the rest of our team. It really works nicely. Like, trust me, I'm not lying. All of these custom tactics I upload, I've tried and tested. A lot of detail goes into them before I upload them. Now, both our CDMs, though, are on double deep line playmaker and build up. Yes, double deep line playmaker and build up. And you see already we have closed that gap off very nicely in between our two CDMs and our cams and our strikers. And that is what we want the most. We want that a lot. If you really want to, you can experiment with both of your strikers on advance forward. That is absolutely fine. But I really like having one of them on a false 9. It works out very nicely for me. Now, both the left back and the right back, a little bit interesting and a little bit of a tweak that I've done recently, are on fullback and balanced. Yes, fullback and balanced on both the left back and the right back. Basically, I used to always play on a fullback and defend, but I've noticed when I've kept them on fullback and balanced, they're a little bit wider, which again helps me out with the build-up. You see there, when they're on balance, they are a little bit wider compared to on the defend. Even just that like little 2-3 yard does make a difference when we are trying to build up and we are being pressed to high heaven. Both the centre-backs, though, are just on defender and defend. I don't know why you would want to change anything else other than the default centre-backs. It's always worked for me, so I've not really wanted to change that. It works. Don't try and fix something that isn't broken. You know what I'm saying? Goalkeeper and balanced is what I use on my goalkeeper. Use whichever role your keeper has as a plus, because I don't really notice a difference between any of the roles on the goalkeeper. So whatever role your goalkeeper has as a plus or a plus, I would probably recommend that one, just because then you can get the plus, and if you've got a little bit of OCD, that will help you out. And there, YouTube, you will see the code right on your screen right there. But remember, it will also be the top pinned comment down below in the comment section for you. So thank you for watching. Remember, on this very cold Monday afternoon, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude YouTube. Peace out. One love.